Hey y'all, Unbreakable here. So the Unbreakable community is our subscription community, and the link for that is always posted in any of these lives or videos. And in that community, you have the ability to post yourself, to go live yourself. It is a private community. None of your personal Facebook friends or anyone on Facebook can see what goes on in that community, what you post, what you comment, when you go live. They can't see any of that. A lot of interaction, a lot of one-on-one interaction with me, with each other. We get honest in there. And I was watching one of the fabulous community members doing a live and mentioned a story I had told before that I figured I'd share again. So often we get out of these toxic relationships, these narcissistic relationships, and we feel like we have no power. They still have power over me. They're still in my brain. They're still in my thoughts. I'm having to deal with them still financially. I'm still dealing with them with custody or the divorce or whatever the case is. And we feel powerless. And we don't realize how much power we really have. So again, I've shared this story before, but I'm going to share it again because I think it is something that is a good reminder. So part of the divorce decree was that the had to move within 15 miles of me. I had purchased a house right after the divorce. I had already gone into escrow and had purchased my house, closed on it right after the divorce was final. My street is really, really wide. Where the rented a house is 1.2 miles away from me in my town. And that street where the lives is very narrow. And it's like everybody's got like 27 cars, at every house. So there's cars parked on either side of the street all day, every day. So only one car can drive up and down the street at any given time. It's very difficult to get in and out of there. So for the safety of my child and for the safety of me, I pull in the driveway when I pick up my son every other Sunday. I'm safe. I'm off the road. I'm not blocking traffic. My son's not running in and out between cars because there's cars everywhere. Well, apparently that bothered the flying monkey so much that they started pulling one of their vehicles directly in front of the driveway. And I told my therapist about this one day. I'm like, I feel like this person is still controlling me, like controlling what I do, where I go, how I drive. And she reminded me, no, he's not. In fact, you have the power in this situation. And it didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand it. We talked about it a little further. And my choices on how I live my life, how I drive, where I go, how I keep my child safe, bother the so much that the flying monkey have to try to control my choices by pulling one of their vehicles in front of the driveway so that I can't pull into their driveway. And mind you, I've got text messages and emails all saying, stay the F off of our property. You have no right, yada, 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 yada. I don't care if the pulls into my driveway. 99 times out of 100, my car is in my garage. And my street is extremely wide and very few people park anywhere near my house. But if you want to pull in the driveway, pull in the damn driveway. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. My therapist said, do you see that you have the power in this situation? It's like, oh, okay. Apparently my choices bother the flying monkey so bad that they have to try to control my choices. You do have the power. I absolutely do. One time I was just like, screw this. I pulled directly up onto the sidewalk in the grass. I'm not going to be parked in the middle of the street. I'm not going to make my child run in and out of cars. So yeah, I still had the power and I pulled up on the grass. You going to block me from there too? It's all right. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to continue doing exactly what I see fit for my well-being, for my child's well-being, for my safety, for my child's safety. And if that bothers you, that's your problem. That's not mine. But when I recognized that I had that power, that like what I'm doing, how I'm living my life, the choices that I'm making bother the so much that the abuser and the flying monkey have to try to manipulate or control or send me horrible texts or send me horrible emails or write a letter or any of these things. Who has the power? I've seen many videos and people talking about it and TikToks, people talking about how their exes will utilize any of those free apps, I guess. I guess they're free. I don't know if they're free. These apps where you can like mask your number or get a new number. I don't know how they work. I don't need them. My number's been the same for I don't know how long. But how these people continue to change the number and change the number and change the number and try to contact a survivor who's gone no contact. And I've heard so many people say, God, it's like they just won't leave me alone. It's like they just have to be in my head. It's like, I feel like I'm helpless. I feel like I have no power. When you are going no contact and the narcissist has to keep downloading different apps or changing phone numbers in order to continue to try to make an attempt, and you still maintain no contact, who has the power? You do. You have the power. When they make these attempts, the text messages, the voicemails, the emails, they make attempts at the kids' schools or with jobs or whatever the case is. They make these attempts and, they try to come off as like such a great person. And I'm such, Disneyland parent. I'm just the best parent in the world. And they don't get a rise out of you. You're just like, whatever. You have the power. And that irritates the living daylights out of them. So they may try harder. They may try more tactics. They may come up with new ideas that they think is new. But trust, there's nothing new with a narcissist. The more you don't feed into it, the more you give no reaction, the more you give gray rock, the more you give no contact, you have the power. They don't have the power anymore. Where we get stuck is we get stuck in that trauma bond. We get stuck in that woulda, shoulda, coulda. We get stuck in those questions of why was I not good enough? Maybe if I had done this, but they said this. I know they said this, but I know they love me. Do they? I found myself thinking that today. I was out and about today. And I thought, but I know at some point this person loved me. They said it. Like, I saw this and I saw that and I saw this and I saw that. And then I had to remind myself, why would I believe that one statement over every action that they showed me? For so long, I held on to that, but I know they love me, but I know I know this. I know I believe it. I believe, we always work it out. Really? But I was head over heels in love with this person. Was I? The person that I was in love with didn't exist. I was in love with the idea, the love bomb persona that I would see from time to time. That's who I was in love with. And that wasn't reality. The more I can challenge my thoughts and challenge my tough moments, the more I can go through this and be honest with myself and process these things, the more I recognize just how much power I have. See, we know these people, don't we? Oh, do we know them? We know them better than they know themselves. So I know for a fact, have backup evidence to prove it, but I know for a fact that who I am today, how I'm living my life, the choices that I'm making is driving the crazy. Completely crazy. I don't do it for the I make the choices in my life that are best for me. I am living my truth. I am healing. I am processing. I am revisiting traumas and processing through everything so that I can heal from them. I am being the unbreakable person that I am. I am being my authentic self. And that irritates the you-know-what out of the because I'm no longer the host for the leech, for the vampire, for the bloodsucker. I have taken my power back and removed myself from those situations. They need supply. So when they do things, they need that reaction from us. Oh, they need that attention. They need us to respond. They need to know that they have us all up in our heads and all up in our emotions and all up in our feelings. And they need to puff up their chests and let us know that they are better, bigger, stronger, and that we are worthless. And yet we're not. The fact that you have to move one of your vehicles in front of your driveway to try to control my choices in my life, makes me pretty powerful, doesn't it? The fact that someone is trying to contact you from various numbers all over the place makes you pretty powerful, doesn't it? The fact that they were never a parent before and now they're trying to show up like they're just Disneyland parent. I love my kids. I'm just such a great parent. You need to keep me updated. We need to talk about kids, all of this when they never were before. Who has the power? We're the warriors. We have the power. When you're going through something and you are just feeling like you're losing your mind or you can't get yourself out of it, take a step back and ask, who has the power? Is somebody parking in front of the driveway so you can't pull into it? Pull on the freaking grass. Y'all go be unbreakable.